Morning!
What's up, guys? So I'm trying not to curse in the beginning of the video because I've noticed that a couple of, like, the videos that I don't curse in the beginning, some of the videos that I curse in the beginning, we don't get to monetize.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of money, but I might be losing like $50 a month because I curse too much. So I'm trying.
Introduce with fuck.
Right. See, so now he cursed, so I don't know if.
Crap, I forgot.
So let's see what's gonna happen to this video. Anyway, so you're here and you know what's about. So the video is about requiring instant payment. First of all, what is? Explain what that is, please.
So on eBay, you have the option of requiring that all of your buyers have to pay straight away as they purchase your item. That's not the default most of the time, because remember, eBay started off as an auction service. You can't have people instantly paying an auction because you don't know who's going to win and all that kind of stuff. So that's where it started, that you could buy something, or you're committing to buy it, but then you pay for it afterwards, right? So requiring instant payment only applies to buy it now listings, and it means that you cannot buy the item without paying for it. Whereas if you don't require it, you can buy the item and then just not pay for it, and it won't get shipped or anything, but...
Right, so do you require instant payment? Okay.
I have reasons behind that as well. It's not just one of the things I just don't do.
So Jack requires instant payment.
I don't require it.
No, sorry. Jack doesn't require instant payment.
Yeah.
And I do require instant payment. Now I'm going to tell you why I require instant payment and the experience I had with it. And then Jack will explain why he doesn't. So, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So, when I used to partner with this girl named Andrea, I could say her name now without wanting to slit her throat because it's a couple years back. But I had an account with this girl maybe like 5 years ago, 4 years ago. And I used to list and she used to process payments. What the fuck am I talking about? I used to list and she used to order the shit and do customer service, right? That's how I started out with a big account. And I hate customer service and ordering and doing monotonous shit like ordering stuff. So that's why. Anyway, so when we had an experience where a guy, this happened a couple times, someone bought an item, we got the notification from eBay saying the item was bought, but it wasn't paid for. And then the person followed up and was like, hey, I bought this item, when are you going to ship it? And Andrea went out and shipped it. What we realized after is that there were some scammers that will systematically go and buy stuff that don't require instant payment and then try to get you to ship it without you realizing.
Yeah. They'll send stressful messages trying to establish urgency. A lot of them will go for newer eBay accounts because they know that the people running them are
really
more
know.
Vulnerable.
Right.
So.
And then that would also come up if you're using like VAs to order stuff and that type of thing, right? And that's another reason why we don't allow, like, the category of eBay Motors, we don't allow people to post items in the SGNI, because the entire eBay Motors section, you cannot require instant payment. And scammers would just go through the eBay Motors section, because I've checked, I don't think you could search for items that don't require, like, I don't think you could filter your search by items that don't require instant payment, but the entire eBay Motors section does not. You can't. So some scammers will systematically go through the eBay Motors section and then just order, send message, and then hopefully get someone stupid enough, or sorry, not stupid, because Andrea was stupid, but someone that is not as experienced that would just ship the items out. So why don't you? We never talked about this.
Yeah, there's a couple of reasons.
So why don't you?
The main thing is really just the inconvenience of changing, because whenever somebody commits to buy your item and then fails to pay, you have to open an unpaid item case against them. So that's a little bit inconvenient, but you can automate it. So you can just change your eBay settings. So if somebody fails to pay after 48 hours, the unpaid item case is opened automatically. And the reason you want to open an unpaid item case is because if you don't, then you get charged the final value fee for the item, even though the person didn't pay yet. So eBay does a pretty good job of showing you, hey, this item's sold, but not paid for yet. So as long as you know that, always listen to what eBay's telling you, regardless of what the buyer says, because some of them are kind of, I don't know, what's the word for, like, they'll try and, like, they'll threaten you almost.
Yeah. Not almost, they'll fucking threaten
yeah.
you.
So, but anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked there. The reason that I think that it's important that you actually do allow people to wait is because sometimes you will get purchases where the person actually does pay after a day or two. Even if it's only 10% of the time, it is still sometimes. So let's assume that all of the people who make a purchase just don't, or if they don't pay straight away, that they're not going to pay. This is actually still in your best interest, because what it does is it takes your listing looks like it produced a sale. So to all other buyers looking at your item, it will say this item has sold once. Even though it was never paid for, it is counted as a sale on your listing.
So wait, so
it literally doesn't harm you.
I'm not going to change my listings, right? But I just thought about something. So if you want to, when you file a not paid case, how does that affect the buyer?
They get like a strike opened against them if they.
I have to Google
Okay,
that.
yeah, so
I'll tell you why. Okay, go ahead.
So they get a case opened against them,
Right.
and if they fail to pay, then it's almost like a buyer defect. But the reality is, it doesn't really affect them that much. You can, in your seller, as a seller on eBay, you can change your settings to not allow buyers with more than a certain percentage of unpaid items to purchase your items in the first place. But they don't get punished by eBay. You just have the ability to filter them out if they have too many unpaid item strikes.
So what is stopping someone from getting all their friends? Let's say you below standard and you want to get a lot of orders. Mm-hmm. What is stopping someone from getting like 10 people to go buy and not pay?
Nothing, but all it does is just make the listing look like it's sold. It's not going to actually help your.
It doesn't have the seller standard. It doesn't.
No,
it doesn't show up as a.
Because it's not an actual sale, but when it comes to the listing itself, it will look like the item sold to other buyers. Yeah. So for me, really
Oh fuck! That makes sense now.
Yeah, the only inconvenience is that it does take your stock from like however many your default is to one less. So if you don't have replenishment from software, then you have to go in and change it. And for a lot of people, they really don't like it because they're starting off drop shipping and they're really excited. They get a sale, they get really hyped, and then the person never pays. So they get this kind of resentment about it. But honestly, if you don't have money, it's not a sale, you know? So.
Right. Okay, I have to think about this. This is interesting. All right, cool. Anyway, so I went off into another world thing about love option. Anyway, so guys, thanks for watching. I have a couple ideas for videos today, but whatever.
Sweet.
Love you guys. Travel the world. Subscribe.
I gotta get another cup of coffee.
Yeah, I have to buy some more of that energy drink. So subscribe. In the description, there's free training, free mastermind group, all that good shit. And yeah, have a good one. Oh, and there's a link to Jack's channel.
Woo!
Later.